Welcome to Order Military Radio TV, and we are Lifelong Catholics. And what we do is all for free, and for the love of Jesus Christ, and for our Holy Mother, the Church. And we'll defend our Holy Mother, the Church. It is Artsakh Genocide Day 12. And pretty much everyone has crossed the bridge into Armenia. There's only a handful, maybe a few hundred left, including workers and medical people, will be coming over with the sick and elderly who couldn't travel. So that will barely get it to over 101,000 people, which means we are looking at missing, concealed, genocided, and murdered of over 19,000 Armenian Christians of Artsakh. That is my guess and estimate. Hopefully, when official news is released on that missing number, you'll know the truth of what happened. Again, we at Order Militaris Catholicus were the first ones to start up a humanitarian relief fundraiser. And we knew this was going to happen, and it began to happen really quick. There are people still living in the streets in the cold in Armenia. Armenia is swelling to capacity since they don't have all of their territory thanks to the Turks who stole it all. So if they still had their major capital of Ani, then they could house all these forcibly displaced Armenian citizens of Artsakh with no problem. But that city does not exist, neither do all the other grand cities of Armenia of the past. And we don't know what the Pashtun government is going to do about making sure it's supplying of housing. They said the government's going to take care of it. We have no idea what type of housing, where it will be. There are hotel owners in Armenia who are the September movement faction who refuse to allow the forcibly displaced citizens of Artsakh to move into a hotel room. You know how nice a hotel room would be for these people? Clean sheets, awesome bed. What's a fancy one? Room service. Yeah. About to have to pay the bills and all that stuff. But it is worth it to give an Armenian from Artsakh a place to sleep, a place to live until they can get on their feet. Children, the children from Artsakh, they've been bombed, brutalized, terrorized. They're going to need serious help to regain any sort of normality. To any politician in the West who has not been bought, wined, and dined by the Aliyev terrorist organization, go to the Court of Human Justice at the Hague, order criminal proceedings, the same proceedings that was filed and charged against Slobodan Milosevic, and charge Aliyev, his family, his military commanders as terrorist leaders, charge the country of Azerbaijan as a terrorist state, charged the Azerbaijani military as a terrorist military, that they must disarm and must surrender and must go to the gallows. Every last one of them. All the soldiers, all the airmen, everyone from the cabinet of Aliyev, all their ambassadors, the Aliyev family, all need capital punishment. And any citizen in Baku or Azerbaijan who has the same mindset also needs to face justice. In that horrible museum they set up after the 2020 Artsakh war to show off wax figurines of dead Armenian soldiers so that children can be taught to punch and to do whatever to a dead Armenian. That museum needs to be closed. Whoever created that needs to go to the gallows as well. Same with Erdogan. Same with the Grey Wolves. Turkey does not need a military. It too is a terrorist state. Their leaders are terrorist leaders. It is time that that land be given back to the Armenians, the Assyrians, and to the Greeks. So let us get to the news of the day. Urgent intel aid is needed in Armenia. The aid orgs are slow to respond in this humanitarian crisis. Many sleep outside in cold, and in parallel, thousands of Armenians have opened their homes, providing food, shelter. But we talk about 100,000 plus in a small country. Um, our international humanitarian fund. We were not slow. We were the first. France donates 5 tons of medical supplies to Armenia for the forcibly displaced persons from Artsakh. As Americans, this is from the ANCA. We are righteously angered that Joe Biden has armed and abetted, aided, and emboldened Azerbaijan's oil-rich Aliyev regime that is today committing real-time genocide against Artsakh's 120 indigenous Armenian Christians. Among many heartbreaking images of the forced displacement of the indigenous people of Artsakh, this one is especially striking. Leaving behind his home and homeland, this young man has chosen to take with him this fragment of the Kachkar, a cross engraved in stone. As of September 30th, the number of Artsakh citizens who died in Armenia's hospital reached 14. People wounded are at 361. The Health Minister Ananat and Avazan. Yesterday, Turkey sent its troops to Artsakh to join its terrorist brothers in arms. The children who are moved here are experiencing fear, anxiety, and sleeplessness. A volunteer, Gazia, at the registration center for Artsakh refugees in Goris, told us. The city square of Stefankirk is a mess. It's a ghost town. Terrorists from Azerbaijan heading into villages in Artsakh looking for Armenian civilians to kill. Once again, I want to ask you to go to our donation pages. We will put those in our on the show page on the video uploads. You get that it'll be in the description boxes. Please go there and please be generous and please donate, donate, donate. White House has yet to declare a cessation of military aid to Azerbaijan, even as Congress grows more frustrated with its tepid response. Azerbaijani military forces captured a 62-year-old woman from Artsakh on September 18th, transported her to Karabachar, attempted to kill her and accused her of murdering Azerbaijanis. Over the course of 6 days, she endured violence and was subjected to rifle butt strikes, but she made it to Armenia. In the 2020 war, an 18-year-old Armenian soldier was skinned alive. On CNN Turk, they brought on an astrologist. She is predicting Turkey will rule the world by January 5th, 2024, even though the Turkish lira is taking big time. Turkey and Azerbaijan are genocidal maniacs. It should have no standing military, should have no army, should have no arms, and should all be sent to the Hague for capital punishment. Artsakh is almost fully empty with at most a few hundred people remaining who are also leaving. Are intel observers going to check how the rights and security of the animals are protected by the Aliyev genocide regime? But strong intel guarantees people will return to their homes. Blah, 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 blah. No, they won't. They want Azerbaijan to be no more and Aliyev to be no more. Yeah, well, yesterday, 143, 437,000 people have crossed into Armenia. And we're waiting for the last remaining few hundred to be added to the tally. UK provides £1 million to support forcibly displaced persons from Artsakh. Update: in Baku, the court has decided to detain General Navan Manasakian as a precautionary measure. He was moved to solitary confinement. The former commander of the Artsakh Armed Forces faces charges under Article 113 of torture of the Azerbaijani Criminal Code. Pray for him, he will be tortured. May God give him strength to endure it and survive. After the resignation of several members, the France-Azerbaijani Parliamentary Friendship Group at the French National Assembly suspends its activities. The relations with the Azerbaijani France Friendship Group of the Azerbaijani Parliament. A group of employees of the Interior Minister and Road Police, headed by the Minister of Internal Affairs, Karen Sargent, has overcome many difficulties and continued to stay in Artsakh and to conduct search and rescue operations in several directions at once. The remaining veterans who fought in the first war with Monty, Garo, and others are preparing for the defense of Sihanouk. And they will make sure what happened in Artsakh does not happen again. And once again, folks, we need you to be generous. We need you to donate, donate, donate. So we can help these people try to get back to some normalcy, get to live and survive the winter months that are coming in about 5 months. The need to survive, and that we can help them do that. So please, again, donate, donate, donate. This is Automail Terrorist Radio TV signing off. Day is full.